Welcome back to the Technology Risk Podcast.
Before we get started today, just a quick reminder to please subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, you can find us easily on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, really all the major podcast platforms.
Okay, so let's get into it.
Today we're tackling something pretty significant. All the research we've looked at points to this new reality. Generative AI, these agentic assistants, they've really lowered the bar for attackers dramatically.
It's what a lot of people are calling, a golden age for hacking. And it's not just theory anymore, is it?
No, absolutely not. Security teams are seeing real campaigns. This is happening now.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, right? To go beyond just, saying AI is risky.
Right.
We need to explain exactly how attacker tactics are shifting, what the concrete risks are for businesses.
The painful risks.
Yeah, the painful ones. And then crucially, what pragmatic steps organizations need to take. Like right now, urgently.
Okay, so that phrase, golden age of hacking, it feels earned when you look at the sheer speed and the personalization AI brings.
Definitely.
The first thing that just jumps out from all the sources is hyper-personalized social engineering.
Oh, yeah. It's this terrifying mix of scale and precision.
Explain that a bit.
Well, attackers are basically scraping massive amounts of public data, LinkedIn profiles, company websites, maybe even stolen internal documents.
Right.
And feeding all of that into these generative AI models.
And the
messages that are, contextually flawless. They're
Right.
perfectly tailored. They sound exactly like someone you know or work with.
It's not the old clumsy phishing email with bad grammar anymore.
Not at all. We're talking about a message that maybe references a meeting you just had or uses the specific jargon of your team.
And the incident reports are clear. Click-through rates are way up.
Yeah.
Because these emails, they just sail past casual human review.
And the traditional filters, too. The signature-based ones often miss them entirely.
So this personalization, it points to something deeper, doesn't it? That AI isn't just the weapon.
Exactly. The AI itself is the target now. Which brings us to the next big risk. Hidden instructions and prompt injection.
This is fascinating. So the attack isn't on the network anymore, or the server. It's on the AI's thinking process.
Precisely. That's a good way to put it. Adversaries craft emails, documents, sometimes even images.
Images. Wow.
Yeah, images, with hidden instructions embedded in them. And these instructions are designed specifically to trick an enterprise AI assistant.
Like your email summarizer, or maybe a customer service bot.
Or your internal knowledge base assistant, your co-pilot, any of them.
The sources pointed to that Google Gemini flaw recently. That seemed like a perfect example.
It really was. It showed how manipulating an email summary could essentially force the AI to execute commands it wasn't supposed to. Malicious instructions.
And the result could be, what? The AI leaking data.
Yeah, inadvertently handing over maybe an org chart or details about an internal project just because it was tricked by an external email prompt.
And the scary part is the traditional defenses don't see it coming.
Right, because it's not a typical payload like malware. It's manipulating the AI's behavior downstream. It's an attack on the model's logic, you could say. Much harder to detect.
Okay, so if attacking the AI's logic isn't stealthy enough, there's more.
Yeah. We also have to look at steganography combined with AI-assisted payloads.
Steganography. Hiding data inside other data, right? Like in images.
Exactly. We're going into really hidden layers now. Think about it. AI systems process all sorts of media constantly. Images, documents, attachments.
So attackers are hiding prompts inside those files.
Malicious prompts, yes. Or other steganographic data. It could be hidden in a company logo, a stock photo, a PDF report.
And when the company's own AI processes that file,
it might trigger something. Exploiting how the AI handles, say, image resampling or optical character recognition, OCR, or just parsing the prompt itself, and boom, the hidden command gets executed.
And the industry reports confirm this isn't just theoretical.
No, they confirm these tactics are definitely on the rise. It's happening.
All of this, the personalization, the prompt injection, the steganography, it sounds like it requires a lot of automation.
Oh, absolutely. None of this speed and scale would work without it. And that brings us to AI-assisted credential harvesting and even autonomous ransomware.
Right. For attackers, time is money, isn't it?
Always. And if AI can cut down that reconnaissance phase, finding weaknesses, finding credentials from weeks to maybe just hours.
Their return on investment just skyrockets.
Precisely. The AI automates digging through huge amounts of data. Code repositories, chat logs, internal wikis, network maps, stuff that would take a human team ages.
And then it finds the weak spots. Or drafts the attack scripts?
Both. It finds credentials left in code, identifies vulnerabilities, and can even draft tailored scripts to exploit them almost instantly.
Unit 42, other big incident response teams. They're seeing this acceleration.
They are. They've documented it. The attack chains are moving much, much faster now.
And it's moving beyond just finding credentials. You mentioned ransomware.
Yeah, the threat's evolving. AI is being used to write much more convincing, targeted extortion notes.
Okay.
And even to coordinate multi-stage ransomware attacks with less direct human control. It's moving towards semi-autonomous threats.
Where the human just sets the goal and the AI figures out the steps.
Sort of, yeah. And looking ahead, the really big concern is fully agentic AIs.
Yeah.
Systems that can make their own decisions, plan multi-step attacks. That raises the stakes massively.
Okay, that's a lot. Let's talk about the scale here. How big is this problem today, and how are defenders actually feeling about it?
Yeah, the numbers on Scoop and Defender confidence are, well, they're pretty sobering.
So,
Confidence is low. Really low. We're seeing large surveys where like 2/3 of IT and security leaders say they believe their current defenses just can't keep up with AI-driven cybercrime.
2/3, that's significant. That shows a real lack of faith in the existing tools and processes.
It shows how big this shift feels on the ground.
And again, we need to stress this isn't some future warning. It's happening now, right?
Absolutely. Incidents are documented. We're talking AI-generated fake IDs, getting past checks, super sophisticated spear phishing, automated drafting of malware. The operational phase is here, 2024, 2025. This is the reality.
So what are the direct business impacts? What does this faster, smarter attack cycle mean for the risk profile?
Well, the speed is key.
Ah.
Because that hyper-personalization and automation cut down the time between the first look and a full compromise.
The attacker gets in faster.
Much faster, which means faster escalation for the victim. Credential theft happens quickly, then maybe lateral movement, then extortion or data theft. The whole timeline is compressed.
Which is just brutal for incident response teams trying to react.
Exactly. And there's another layer, new regulatory and compliance exposure.
How does AI change that?
Think about it. If sensitive data, PII, financial data, health records gets exfiltrated,
Okay.
and an AI system was involved in that breach, maybe it was tricked by prompt injection into giving up the data,
Oh, I see.
your legal exposure suddenly expands. You're not just liable for the data breach itself. Now, you could be facing penalties for governance failures, specifically around how you secured and audited your AI systems.
So the AI itself becomes part of the compliance surface.
A critical part. Okay, so the picture looks pretty daunting. But we need to talk about defense. What are the concrete, prioritized actions organizations need to take?
Yes. The practical steps.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
The absolute foundation, the starting point has to be this. Treat AI as a completely new attack surface. Full stop.
Like cloud or mobile before it.
Exactly. It needs that level of focused attention. And that begins with visibility. Action 1, you have to inventory all AI tools, connectors, co-pilots, everything.
Including the stuff employees might be using on their own. The shadow usage.
Especially the shadow usage. You need to find it all. And then apply the same rigor you use for any critical cloud service.
Yeah.
Vendor risk assessments, data access reviews, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so know what AI you have. Then what?
Then you lock it down. Action 2. Harden those AI integrations and, critically, the prompt boundaries.
Meaning what, exactly?
Meaning if an AI assistant doesn't absolutely need access to sensitive data, HR files, customer PII, financial databases to do its job, then that access needs to be disabled by default.
Least privilege for AI.
Precisely. Strict role-based access control for the AIs themselves, and explicit approvals required for any AI process that touches sensitive data stores.
Makes sense. What's next? Moving more into day-to-day operation.
All right. Action 3. Focus on prompt and instruction hygiene and monitoring. This is crucial.
Hygiene, like cleaning up the prompts.
Sort of. It
Yeah.
means treating the prompts users enter and the output the model generates as security-relevant artifacts. You need to log them.
Log every prompt, every response.
Yes. Log prompts, log responses, log the API calls, and then you need to scan those logs. Look for patterns of data exfiltration. Look for weird instructions that might indicate a prompt injection attack.
Okay, but action 3. Logging every single prompt and output. That sounds like a massive data storage and analysis challenge, especially for, companies that aren't huge enterprises. Is that really feasible?
That's a really fair point. it can seem overwhelming. The key is prioritization. Right.
Okay, so
For a mid-sized or smaller organization, maybe you don't log everything for every AI tool, but you absolutely must log the prompts and outputs for the AI systems that are integrated with your most sensitive data.
okay, focus the logging effort.
Exactly. Your HR systems, customer databases, financial platforms, anywhere the risk of data leakage is highest. You have to start there.
Yeah.
Without that audit trail, detecting or investigating one of these intellectual attacks becomes almost impossible.
Got it. Risk prioritized logging. Okay, what's action 4?
Elevating the human firewall. Action 4, elevate phishing defense to specifically include AI vectors. Your old phishing training is probably obsolete now.
Because the AI-generated fakes are so much better.
So much better. You need to run tabletop exercises that simulate these AI-enhanced phishing and vishing attacks. Train employees to recognize messages that feel right, that have perfect context, but are still malicious.
Which means more emphasis on verification procedures.
Absolutely. Strictly enforce procedures for verifying requests, especially sensitive ones, even if they seem to come from a known, trusted source internally. Double check.
Okay, now, can we use AI to fight AI?
Yes, but carefully. That's action 5. Use AI for defense, but with extreme care.
Like using AI for anomaly detection or sorting through security alerts.
Exactly. Anomaly detection, malware triage, correlating attack data. AI can be powerful there. But, and this is a huge but, your defensive AI can't be a black box.
What do you mean?
It needs to be explainable, auditable. You need to know why your defensive AI flagged something, not just that it flagged it. And it needs constant validation to make sure it's still effective and hasn't been tricked itself.
Right. Avoid adding another opaque risk. Okay, one more technical action.
Yes. Action 6. Secure the entire machine learning lifecycle. Don't just think about the deployed AI.
What does that involve?
Protecting the model weights themselves, the logs from when the AI is making inferences, and critically, the data used to train the AI in the first place. Treat these as highly sensitive assets.
And monitor for attempts to mess with them, like poisoning the training data.
Exactly. Monitoring for data poisoning, adversarial inputs. Security has to be baked in from the very beginning of the model's development, not just bolted on at the end.
Okay, so those are the core controls.
Yeah.
What about the overall strategy? The playbook?
Yeah, the operational playbook definitely needs an update. Urgently. You need to run incident response drills that are specifically AI aware.
So, scenarios like?
Like, what do you do if you suspect an internal assistant has been tricked into leaking specific data? Or how do you handle an attacker using AI to create a deepfake voice or video that gets past MFA? Practice those scenarios.
And we need to lean on the vendors more, right?
Absolutely. Demand transparency. Require your AI vendors to be clear about their training data sources, what they do to prevent jailbreaking, and what their incident recording process and timelines actually are. This can't just be the user's problem.
It's a shared responsibility.
It has to be. And maybe the most practical, immediate step operationally, make sure you have rapid patch and revoke capabilities.
Why rapid?
Because these AI attacks can happen almost instantly. Your response needs to be just as fast. You need the ability to immediately cut off an AI connector, rotate the relevant credentials, revoke access the moment you suspect misuse, no delay.
So, is there proof this is really necessary? Are these attacks moving from research labs into the wild?
Oh, absolutely. The real-world vignettes are out there. Things that were just research demos a year or two ago, prompt injection, hiding things in images. They are now part of active campaigns.
Like the fake IDs you mentioned?
Yeah, AI-generated fake IDs getting past checks. We're seeing supply chain attacks where compromised developer tools interact with internal coding assistants to steal credentials. It's happening.
Is there any good news from the field?
There is, actually. The sources also show that organizations that acted quickly, the ones that implemented robust logging for their assistants, put in prompt filtering, especially around sensitive data.
Yeah.
They have successfully detected attempted data exfiltration early. They caught these intellectual attacks before the attacker could move laterally or do serious damage. So the defenses can work if they're implemented properly.
That's encouraging, but we have to look ahead too. You mentioned agentic AIs earlier.
Right. That's where this gets potentially much scarier. Agentic AIs raise the stakes significantly.
Because they can act on their own more.
Exactly. As these AI agents become more autonomous, the possibility of complex, multi-stage attacks becomes very real. Imagine an AI carrying out the entire chain. Reconnaissance, finding a vulnerability, exploiting it, moving through the network, finding the valuable data, and exfiltrating it, all with minimal or maybe even, no, direct human oversight. The security community has to anticipate this. We need to build the controls, the auditing, the detection mechanisms now before these fully autonomous attack agents become widespread.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for everyone listening?
I think it's that generative AI is, without a doubt, a massive force multiplier for attackers. It makes threats faster, much more convincing, and increasingly autonomous.
It's a genuine step change in the threat landscape.
It really is. But, and this is the important part, the sky isn't falling if we act thoughtfully.
Right.
Implementing smart controls, enforcing strict logging and auditing where it matters most, using AI defensively but carefully, building AI-native defenses. These things can blunt this wave.
So if you could ask listeners to do 3 things immediately.
Okay, 3 immediate actions. First, inventory all your AI usage and connectors. Know what you have, including Shadow IT.
Second,
enforce prompt and output logging and filtering, at least for all AI integrations touching sensitive data. You need that visibility. Third, run AI-enhanced phishing and vishing tabletop exercises this quarter. Update your human defenses for this new reality.
and maybe the final thought, treat AI differently.
Yeah, treat AI not just as another productivity tool, but really like a new class of critical infrastructure.
It deserves the same level of rigor, the same controls, the same governance oversight.
That you already apply to the systems holding your crown jewels, your most sensitive data. It's that important now.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this look into technology risk.
If you found this discussion useful, please do help us spread the word.
Yeah, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps others find the show.
We'll see you next time on the Technology Risk Podcast.